Hi there guys, my Superdude here, back with another video. And I know I've been gone for a while. But I'm going back. I know I've been gone for like a couple months, sorry about that. And I know I just started a video series. I don't know if I could continue that on. We'll have to see. I hope to, but I'm not making any confirmation, sorry. Sorry about this. I know I'm really inconsistent with my posting and stuff. I'm really sorry about that, but I'll try to do better, and yeah. But today we're talking about some Superman news, and it feels weird calling it Superman, because like a little bit ago, everybody was calling it Superman Legacy, because that's what it was, Superman Legacy. But now it feels weird just saying Superman news, because that's what the movie's called now, Superman. And apparently, Superman was like a choice that this movie had to be called Superman after it was done writing the script and he was filming the movie, but yeah. But basically, I started filming, and for the past little bit, there have been stuff coming out. So first, there was a picture there was a picture where James Gunn tweeted. Oh, well, actually, there's some casting, but I'll get into that later. First, there's a picture where James Gunn tweeted the Superman logo, and it was a Kingdom Come logo with the Fleischer. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. Like the yellow thing around the logo, and it just said logo, and he said that he called it Superman. So then the name was changed just to Superman. Because you're thinking, oh, well, that was the original movie. Well, no. Actually, the original Superman movie was called Superman the Movie. So technically, this is still an original name. But yeah. And then he also revealed this suit of David Corenswet, and it was very controversial. I personally don't like that photo. I will talk about the suit later, how we got more photos, but nobody liked that photo. It was very dark and it was very grungy. But there was also a big thing in the background that people think could be like a villain from the comics who's like a son or something. I don't know, but maybe, I don't know. But yeah. But some casting. So we did get a Lex Luthor a little bit ago, and it's Nicholas Hoult. I really think that Nicholas Hoult works for the role. I personally would have preferred him in my fan cast for Lex Luthor. I think he would have been like perfect as like an older Lex Luthor, which it might not be the route they want to go down. I respect, but the actor who plays Ultron in Robert California in The Office, and Ultron in Avengers: Age of Ultron. I think he would I'll be honestly perfect with for the role, because he's manipulative and stuff, and he just works perfectly. But he's like manipulative, and even the way he is in The Office, just like how he manipulates people. He's so threatening as Ultron in Age of Ultron that it just works. But they want to go for a younger Superman who's around the age of David Corenswet. So younger Lex Luthor who's around the age of David Corenswet's Superman. I respect it. But then there's also casting for, I don't know these names because they're a little bit lesser known. But I do know Nicholas Hoult, but I don't know really any of these guys, at least I don't think. Perry White, I do know. I don't know really the actors. I know the characters from the comics. I know all the characters from the comics, but I don't know the actors. So there's been Perry White, Ron Shroot, Cat Grant, and Paul Lombard. Actually, I don't know these next two. It's like Lex Luthor's assistant and Lex Luthor's, girlfriend or something. I don't know. But they're from like the original movie. But I don't really like that movie that much. So I've only like watched it once or so. But but they're also in the comics. But they were introduced in that movie. But yeah, I guess they're just gonna help Lex Luthor out in this movie. It makes sense. Because also, James Gunn confirmed that Lex Luthor was the main villain of the movie in a tweet that he made. But also, there's been rumors, and James Gunn is kind of not really, he hasn't denied it. He was kind of denied it, but he hasn't confirmed it either. But he hasn't really confirmed. It's weird. But there are rumors that Ultraman is going to be in the movie. And Ultraman in the comics is Superman from another night. Is Superman from another multiverse, right? So he's from like another multiverse where the Justice League are evil and they're called the Crime Syndicate. Actually, I have a Justice League comic book where they find him, and it's really cool. They're really cool. I've read that. It's a really good comic book. But back to the point. But like they're doing multiverse already in like their first big movie in this franchise. Yeah, but they're not doing multiverse. Instead, they're gonna make Ultraman a clone of Superman, which is kind of weird. Cause just not why not just make him Bizarro, and like even if you want to say well Bizarro's too zombie like, they really want to do this whole thing where like oh evil Superman has become a thing. I understand this. Evil Superman has become a thing before with Injustice, and even what Zack Snyder was doing in his universe, and then like Homelander and the Boys. Like Evil Superman has become like a big thing now, right? People know Evil Superman like more than they know him, which is it makes sense and it's kind of like a cool way to do it. But do you really have to use Ultraman here? And like yeah, like sure, like Bizarro doesn't really like he doesn't look like Superman because he's a zombie. But then what I suggest is not making him a clone. I suggest making him Cyborg Superman because he seems like he'll be created by Lex Luthor, and Cyborg Superman is basically sad in the comics, and he can even like maybe become Bizarro or something. Which Ultraman might become Bizarro, but still it's kind of a weird stretch thing. But just why not just make him Cyborg Superman then? At that point, who is a Superman villain, right? Instead of just using Ultraman here and wasting him for potential future movies, right? So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, but there has also been other casting. I forgot about. There's been the engineer. She's like an authority member, so she's probably gonna appear in the Authority of the upcoming movie, like in the comics. But we got set photos of her, but she's probably gonna be very CGI heavy, seeing in comic design. So there was really only like a gray suit she was wearing, and it didn't seem like that was a final costume because they're gonna add a bunch of CGI and special effects and stuff. But yeah, she's been cast. I don't really know the actor, so I'm not gonna say here. But yeah, but I did talk about Superman a couple months ago about the Guy Gardner stuff and like how they cast the 3 actors and then they cast the next day Metamorpho and like Hawkgirl, Mr. Terrific, and Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. I'll talk about that in 2 other videos. You could watch those. But yeah. But now we're getting set photos, and so first we got set photos of like some newspaper stand where there's like a reference to a Swamp Thing villain in an article. Swamp Thing is a future movie. They're probably gonna make him the villain. He seems to be the most prominent villain. I don't really know that well. I don't really know Swamp Thing that well. But yeah, it seems like he might be the villain or something. I don't know. But there's like an Easter egg on it. Lex Luthor wins something award. Also Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor is, instead of calling his company LexCorp, it's gonna be called Luthor Corp, which I think is a very interesting thing because like I'm pretty sure in the comics, Lex Luthor, like his father was like always like telling him he was like a disappointment and stuff, and I'm pretty sure this was in the comics. I know it was in Smallville, which I haven't watched Smallville, but I know it was in Smallville, because I haven't seen the show, but I've heard stuff like about how like Clark and him were friends and stuff. It's kind of weird, but whatever. But yeah. But so yeah, and but yeah. So basically, the Luthor Corp is gonna be called that. He might change it to LexCorp, which I think is kind of cool if he changes it to LexCorp because now he owns a company after his father dies or something, and then he owns it, so he changed it to LexCorp. I think that would be cool. Also, there's been a set photo of an actress that hasn't been confirmed yet for the movie, but people think she could be playing Lana Luthor. I'm pretty sure that's Lex Luthor's sister in the comics, but I don't know about that. I know she was in the show Stargirl. I never watched Stargirl, but no, not Stargirl. Sorry, Supergirl. I know she was in the show Supergirl. I never watched Supergirl, but yeah, but I know she was in it. But yeah, this there's been a lot of staff photos recently. One of like the whole Daily Planet staff. I've already mentioned them. They look like normal people, like Lois Lane, and the rest of them Barry White, Ron Shroot, Cat Grant, I think, and then Steve Lombard. But yeah, But yeah, they all like walk out of the bank. And there's also been images of the Daily Planet, and it looks pretty cool. Like the building, and that looks pretty cool. There's also been images of the Wounded Duck, which is a bar in the comics that's significant with the Tim Drake character. Which people think it's like, oh, it's confirming Tim Drake's in the universe. I think it's just like an Easter egg, like a wink and nod to the audience. It's just kind of like an Easter egg. I don't think it's really confirming. I do believe he will appear in Batman: The Brave and the Bold because they're already at Damian Wayne Robin at that point. So, he probably will appear. But, I don't think it's like confirming anything. It's probably just like James Gunn looked at up bars in DC Comics and he just picked a name out of a hat. He didn't really care that much. But there's been a lot of images, and one Lord Enterprises. Now, I haven't talked about Maxwell Lord. Also, there's Supergirl's cast. I don't know. I don't think I know the actor. She might be the actor from Totally Killer, which is a good movie, but I don't fully know that if she is or not. I don't know. Maybe that's false information. I don't know, but maybe she is. I don't know. But Maxwell Lord has been confirmed for this movie. Well, hasn't been confirmed for this movie. He's been confirmed to be kind of like a lurking in the shadows character, might have a cameo or so, but might not even be in the movie, but will appear in other DC movies down the line. But he is actually like he's like a cool character who was, if you don't remember him, he was in Wonder Woman 89. I'm pretty sure that was that movie called. Or 84. I don't know. He was in that movie, and he's like, they really did waste him because he was just a billionaire who like had a rock, and he was granting people wishes so he could get money and fuel for them and stuff. But yeah, that was kind of weird. But then he was also like in the comics. There was a planned Justice League movie called Justice League Mortal, which would have been adapted in the story Justice League Tower of Babel, where Batman had contingency plans for all the Justice League members, and then a villain got their hand on it and was trying to kill them off one by one, all the Justice League members, and which in the comics it was Rachel Gould, I'm pretty sure. They made an animated movie, and I don't know who it was in the animated movie. But yeah, but it was supposed to be Maxwell Lord and Talia al Ghul in that movie, and it was supposed to be like the OMAC program, which is in like Injustice 2. I don't know much about it though. But whatever. With no the other eye or whatever. But yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he killed Ted Kord in the comics. But he also, like Ted Kord, Blue Beetle, but he also formed Justice League International, which is like a spin-off team for the Justice League. I'm pretty sure it has Batman and Martian Manhunter from the original Justice League. But then it has like Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Blue Beetle, Ted Kord, Blue Beetle, Booster Gold, and those characters. But he might be forming the Justice League International in this movie. But it reveals his logo. It reveals something of his logo, and it also the confirmed casting was Sean Gunn. He's like James Gunn's brother. He's in like everything. He's like Weasel, and he's like a GI robot in Creature Commandos. In the new show coming out. But like he's also like the motion capture for Rocket. He's also like Kraglin in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He's in a lot of stuff that James Gunn makes because he's his brother. But yeah. He also plays Calendar Man in the Suicide Squad as a cameo. But I'm getting off track. But it also revealed his logo, and his logo is as JL, I'm pretty sure JLI or something like that. I'm pretty sure it has in it. Or J or something. It has like a couple letters from Justice League International, printing that he makes Justice League International. He's formed, which would also imply that the Justice League is already formed. Which is kind of weird because, from what I understand, David Cornswell's Superman isn't a new Superman. He's not like year one like Henry Cavill. He's like just starting. I basically understood it as he's basically the Batman where Bruce Wayne in the movie's year two. I felt like David Cornswell was gonna be like year two of Superman, and he didn't really form the Justice League yet. He just maybe fought a couple of minor villains, but like he isn't too experienced like Batman and the Batman, which is a really good movie. But yeah, but maybe he could be like a good 10 years into experience, and he's already worked with Batman and formed the Justice League, and maybe I don't know, it could be any of those. But yeah, but it seems like he could either be formed Justice League International or the Terrifics, and I'll get onto the Terrifics. But I'm pretty sure I said this, but Mr. Terrific's costume came out, and it looks fantastic. It does. It looks basically from the comics. I probably said this, and Superman's costume, it's not great. I really think that I could fix it by here are my main flaws. I'll say the flaws, and I'll say first the logo. The logo's a main flaw. First off, I don't think they should have went with the Kingdom Come logo. I think they should have just made it a normal Superman logo, especially because they're advertising as, the faster Superman. They should just make it the normal Superman logo. And then second, the yellow outtrim really only works with the Fleischer Superman suit, which is what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to combine 4 of the suits. And it's supposed to have the New 52 collar and lining, and then the classic suit's color scheme and red trunks and stuff. I'll talk about the red trunks. And then it's supposed to have the Fleischer outline in the logo, which is like the original suit he wore, like the black and red suit. And then it's supposed to have the Kingdom Come symbol, right? It's a combination of all of them. But I don't really think the Kingdom Come logo symbol works, and I think we should just put a normal symbol there. And it doesn't really. And like I said, the Fleischer yellow outlining really only works with it when there's not enough yellow in the suit, so it's black in the middle, right? And like black in the middle instead of yellow, which I don't think they should have done. I think this is much better. But still. Also, I think that the material is good, but not as good as basically like the Henry Cavill suits. Where yeah, that wasn't a great suit because it didn't have like the red trunks and it was really just saturated and stuff. And it didn't have the yellow logo on the back, but it was still like they had the best fabric, like they had the best material, like the rubbery spandex. It looked very Kryptonian. But like this one isn't that good. And also the collar, man. I know it's from the New 52, but still, just like no collar. You shouldn't have a collar. And the lining on it's kind of like, kind of over excessive. But I do like the red trunks. I do like the yellow logo on the back, and overall the colors are really vibrant. So overall, I do think that was a really good suit that could have just used some improvement and made it an excellent suit. But I'm gonna stop talking about the Superman suit. Okay, but there have been other leaks, and like I said, Mr. Terrific suit looks fantastic. But there have been leaks of the other guys' suits. So first, Metamorpho, you don't know a suit because it's gonna be all CGI. It's just a guy in a blue suit. Okay, whatever. So we don't know a suit yet, right? Hopefully it's good, but Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl suits that came out, and they are horrible. But this is probably intentional. So first, Guy Gardner does have the bowl cut, which Jim Gunn already said he would have the bowl cut, which is cool from the comics. But personally, I don't think Nathan Fillion. I think Nathan Fillion may be a bit too old. I think they should have got the guy who played Stifler from the American Pie movies. I think that he would have been the best actor for Guy Gardner. He's really irresponsible like him, personally. But, yeah. Also, people wanted him to be, people really wanted Nathan Fillion to be like, Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, right? Because he voiced him. But whatever. It doesn't matter. But, his costume is like bad, but it's intentionally bad. We'll get to that later. But I just turning it as a Green Lantern Guy Gardner suit is horrible. It has this leather jacket look, which basically is just Mr. Terrific suit, but without the red. Instead, it's green and no Fear Play logo on the side. Instead, it's replaced with the Green Lantern logo. And then Hawkgirl, and then like, so that's like bad. But then Hawkgirl's is also really bad. And she has a jacket, and she has the same problem, where it's basically this Mr. Terrific suit, but instead of red, it's yellow. But instead of the Fair Play logo, there's just no logo on the side. I'm pretty sure she does have the helmet, which is cool, but still. Anyways, we don't get to see her wings because those are probably going to be made out of CGI. But these are probably supposed to be intentionally bad, because on the logo on their chest, it has the Maxwell Lord, the Lord Industries logo, which means that this is either the Team Justice League International, which I'm glad the Justice League already formed, or this is a side spin-off to the Justice League International called the Terrifics, which I think personally it would have been kind of a waste of the Terrifics. If you don't know, the Terrifics are kind of like a Fantastic Four, kind of like parody-ish, kind of like homage, where they do have where the main leader's a genius, and then they have a stretchy guy, and they have a guy who could turn himself into like rocks and stuff, and they have a girl who could go through walls and stuff, and a guy who could turn himself into like fire if he wants. Metamorpho, Plastic Man, Mr. Terrific, and Phantom Girl. But like it's 4 members, and there's 4 members, and Mr. Terrific's in it, and Metamorpho's in it, which are already 2 comic book members. But it seems like James Gunn liked the idea of the Terrifics, but didn't want to really make it. They're like, oh, it's just the Justice League. I mean, no, just a Fantastic Four, right? Well, yeah, which is kind of respectable, but still, whatever. But it seems like at the end of this movie, because it seems like they're really corporate heroes. They don't really do it to help people out. They just do it because like the money and the paychecks and the fame and stuff. But because there have been some other evidence, because they're funded by Lord. And it feels like at the end of this movie, Superman's going to come out, hey, stop being so corporate and just be normal guys, right? And just be normal heroes. And then at the end of the movie, they're going to all get their comic book costumes, hopefully. Well, Mr. Terrific already has this. He has like a perfect one. But like, so he's going to zip up his chest. And yeah, hopefully that's what they do. I think that's what they're going to do. But here's the last thing I'm going to talk about it. And it supports the evidence. So it looks like one scene in the movie, Superman and the Terrifics or Justice League International, whatever they're called, will save like the group of Metamorpho, those guys. Also, I don't know how NNA will fit into it. Well, obviously, maybe she's like a part of the authorities, or something, I don't know. But they'll save a bunch of like kids from the thing. And after they're done saving, Green Lantern, they all like the Terrifics or Justice League International, Mr. Terrific, I don't need to say that. That group, right? That's not Superman. Oh, like they probably teamed up with Superman for this whole thing. They all like walk away, and like the kids don't really pay attention to them. Go like and like thank them and stuff. But then when Superman walks by, they like go up to him and they just like hug him and stuff. And this is leaked footage, and they're like, "Oh, thank you" and stuff, like, which really shows that Superman actually cares about the little guy. Oh, also, I forgot to mention this. There have been leaked images of Clark Kent, which is really cool because and it seems like he has like a completely different hairstyle. A lot of people just say the glasses is not, because first off, Superman doesn't only wear the glasses. He changes hairstyle. He slumps over so he doesn't look as buff and stuff, and he also like acts more nerdy and shy, so people don't expect him to be Superman, right? It's really smart. But that's what David Cornswell looks like he's gonna do with it. But then like he also has a completely different hairstyle than Wayne Superman. But yeah. But I'm pretty sure that's all the information about the new Superman movie. Also it seems to be that Krypto will be appearing in the movie. They kind of hinted at it in a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 interview, where James Gunn and Chris Pratt were in an interview for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 when that was coming out. And, they were joking around saying, oh, Chris Pratt's gonna voice Krypto in Superman Legacy. And it was just like a funny joke, right? But then at the end of that, Chris Pratt said, well, maybe that's a hint to a dog that could appear in Superman Legacy. Well, it was called Superman Legacy at the time, now it's called Superman. But yeah, so it seems like crypto's gonna pay, which is really cool. But yeah, anyways. But yeah, I know this was a long video. Sorry, there's a lot of Superman news. So I will try to do better. I'm not confirming the series that I already talked about in the Netflix Marvel series. I'm not confirming that I will continue that. I hopefully will, and I have plans to, but I can't really confirm anything. Sorry, but I will see you all in the next video, and bye.